Nadal.
In my last video, I showed you the results of my 30 trade French Open challenge. Well, today we're going to look at what I learned. If you want to learn what it takes to become a successful trader, and if you want to know why you should analyze your results, watch this video. So if you saw my last video where I spoke about my results from the 30 trade challenge, you would have seen this screen previously. And this is essentially my recording of the trades that I did as part of the 30 trade challenge. So just to give you a brief run through of what we've got here on the screen, you can see we've got on the left hand side in column A the date that the trade took place. Then we've got what the match was, we've got the entry odds that we've gotten in at, the overall liability used at the time, the back odds that we would have used to come out at, the stake that we would have used to do that, the overall result, did we win or lose the trade, the overall profit and loss, and the strategy. So clearly you can see for all of the 30 trades I did the first set winner strategy, and as I say, click the link above to the playlist for the actual challenge itself. But what I really wanted to talk to you about here is I also went on to look at the information that was recorded by my trades in more detail, just so that I could get a better understanding as to why I do the trades that I do. Show you, for those of you who are probably in the same situation but not necessarily sure how you can go about finding that information out, show you what I've done to help myself have a better understanding as to why I trade, why I've been successful when I've been successful, why I've been unsuccessful when I haven't. And this is what I did. I basically put a filter on the entry odds because I wanted to see the results excuse me, I wanted to see the results in relation to the entry odds, I should say. So what I did was I sorted it from smallest to largest, and then now you can see it doesn't matter of the date in which the trade was done, or which trade, who it was at the moment. What we're looking at here is just in order of smallest to largest, the trades as they stand. So if we start from the top, we can see that we've traded a match in this challenge. This is the way that I'm looking at it. I'm looking at everything on the screen as part of the overall challenge. So we've traded a match at 1.01, and it was £100 liability, a £1 stake. We've lost the trade, and yeah, not so good. We've done the same again at 102. We've lost the trade. We've not even gotten matched. We've done it again at 103. We have gotten matched. We won that trade at 103. We won 758. Did it again at 104. We won. We won. No, you heard the surprise in my voice there. Did it again at 105. Didn't win. Didn't get matched at all. Another couple at 105. So you can clearly see that I'm able, just by putting this small filter on here, to have a look at the overall results and see what happened. And if I just leave it there for the time being and turn my gaze over to the column here for the result, you can see that when I've laid lower, I've generally tended to lose. When I've laid higher, as you can see, I've generally tended to win. So this is why it's really important to be doing some sort of record keeping, reviewing of your performance, so on and so forth, because it really helped me. Again, if you saw my previous video, you would have seen, as I was explaining my results, that I'd noticed that I'd been laying at 109 on average and losing the trades. So I was able to review that information before I then traded again, and made sure that I didn't trade at 109 again. let's say, so it's really, really useful thing to do. Let me know in the comments box below what kind of system you've got to help you to be a successful trader. What system do you use to analyze your results? Let me know in the comments below. Remember guys, if you're watching this video, there's somebody else out there who doesn't know as much as you do and are searching for some help and some answers. So by putting it in the comments below, you can not only respond directly to me and the video, but you can also help lots of people out there as well trying to become successful traders. Getting back to the video, so as you can see, as I said, I've filtered it from lowest to highest. What I then went on to do was I basically did a bit of a further analysis, because what I wanted to work out was my strike rate. So let me show you how I did that. So for the time being, I'm just going to hide these 3 columns because I don't need them. I'm going to lay the first set because I don't need that. Essentially what we want to know is, what did I enter at, what was the overall result, and what did the profit and loss look like. So effectively, what I've literally done here is I've just worked through in order of least to smallest to largest, excuse me, and we've broken it down into sort of a range of 10. So we've got between 101 and 109. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so between 101 and 1.1. We've got a 25%, well, we've basically managed to have 10 trades between 101 and 1.1. Of those trades, 2 were won here, as you can see, and 8 were lost. So that's given me a 25% strike rate when trading between, when laying between 1.01 and 1.1. So that would suggest not to do it, because clearly you don't have a very good success rate when you do. When I trade between 1.11 and 1.2, I have a 42% strike rate, because I have, let's go back to it, 1.1 to 1.2, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trades, as you can see there. And of the 11 trades, I've lost 4. That makes 10. So of these, that would mean I've got a 65% strike rate when laying between 1.11 and 1.66. And I could use that to form the basis of my strategy. So as you know from my channel, I talk a lot about tennis trading strategies, and each one will have attached to it, no doubt, its own best range to trade. But again, it all depends on an individual and their bank size and so on and so forth. Obviously, for those who know, and not so obviously for those who don't, even if you've established a range, as we've done here, 1.11 to 1.66, you will still need to have certain bank size in order to be able to trade effectively throughout that range of odds. Hit the like button if you understand what I mean. The reason I say that, for those who don't, is the liability that would be required if you were laying at 1.66 is much more than would be required if you were laying at 1.11, and sometimes that can be a barrier to entry if you do not have a bank size that would allow you to successfully execute a trade at those high odds and not compromise your overall stake plan, which shouldn't really be anything more than, let's just say anything more than 5%, and that's extremely generous of your bank. So yeah, this is what I did afterwards, and it helped me to understand that basically for I don't understand exactly why that is yet. I've yet to determine that. But when I lay lower than 1.1, it's, you know, the chances are 75% of the time I lose the trade, basically. So there's no point me doing it. And as I said, I was reviewing my results each day, which was really good because it allowed me to then prepare for the following day. Although I did have on the third day some massive losses, which was, you know, that's another video. That's about how you manage the trade once you've gotten in there. But I suppose that the point that I want to make for those of you who are still with me, that I wish I had done this sooner. I wish I had taken the time, even though I knew that I should have. I allowed other things to get in the way, and I allowed my FOMO to you know, sort of take precedence. But until you start to record your results, until you give your strategy a period of time to test, I don't think you'll be able to move forward. And I say that because that's what happened to me. I just kept doing the same thing over and over again, wasn't able to understand why that was happening until I sat down, recorded everything, and then looked back at it afterwards and worked out what was going on. So long story short, from here on in, when laying the first set winner, I will make sure that I will not be doing it if the odds are lower than 1.1 as a matter of course. In order for me to do that, there will have to be some other kind of indicators that strongly suggest that doing so will make, you know, profit. As you can see, I did get 2 occasions where I laid low and was able to make 758 and 1186. So it is possible, but it just doesn't look to be very probable. Anyways, guys, that's what I wanted to show you in terms of what I learned from the results. The previous video you saw as well, I showed you a lot of the average entry odds and such, which, you know, it does actually back up what I just said there a minute ago. My average entry odds were 1.11. If we have a look on this sheet here, 1.11, and when I laid around 1.11, the total I lost was £113, I think. Is that right? I don't know, but I don't think that's right. We've got to take all of these days across. Yeah, here we go. It's 183. £183 is what I lost when I laid at 1.11. Yeah, so we won't be doing that again. Anyways, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Okay, guys, bye for now.